You know, sometimes life gives you these tiny warnings, little things you notice but brush off because you don't want to worry. Maybe you watched an older loved one slow down a bit, walk a little shorter distance, sit a little longer before standing up. Maybe they repeated a question twice in the same conversation. Or maybe you felt something, an unusual tiredness, a little dizziness when you stood up, or a pain you told yourself wasn't serious. And you probably whispered the same thing we all say. Ah, it's just old age. But what if it wasn't? What if that tiny moment, barely noticeable, easy to ignore, was actually one of the 5 reasons why 99% of people die after age 70? What if that small change was the first hint of something preventable, something you could actually stop before it steals years away? I want you to imagine something for a second. Picture someone you care about, your mum, your dad, your grandmother, your favorite uncle, or even yourself a few years from now. Imagine them still laughing, still walking, still remembering, still living with strength, dignity, and clarity. Because here's the truth most people never hear. A long, healthy life after 70 isn't luck. It's awareness. It's action. It's paying attention before it's too late. And that's why this video matters. Understanding these 5 causes might literally protect the person you love the most. Sometimes it takes just one early sign, one small habit, one simple change to add years, good years, to someone's life. And here's the part that surprises most people. These 5 causes are not random. They follow patterns. They leave clues. They whisper before they shout. But families miss them every single day, not because they don't care, but because no one ever taught them what to look for. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 major reasons behind almost every death after age 70, the quiet warnings most people overlook, and the practical everyday steps that keep you or someone you love healthy, strong, and independent for as long as possible. And listen, point number 4 is the one almost no one talks about, but it's the one that steals lives silently, faster than people realize. I promise you, once you hear it, you'll never look at aging the same way again. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Drop a quick "I'm here" in the comments if you're ready to learn something that could truly save a life. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more life-changing health wisdom every single week here on Senior Health Tips 360. All right, let's dive into the heart of this, because understanding these next 5 reasons could easily be the difference between a slow decline and a long, vibrant life after 70. Key reason number 1, heart and circulation decline. I want you to picture something. A 72-year-old man, let's call him Raymond. For years, he was the kind of person who walked every single morning. Same route, same time, same steady pace. It kept him feeling young. But then one day, he skips the walk. He says he's just tired. Then he skips the next day, and the next week. You notice he sits down more often. He breathes a little heavier after climbing the stairs. He holds his chest for a second, but when you ask, he brushes it off with a smile. And because you love him, you want to believe him. You tell yourself it's just age catching up. But a few weeks later, he collapses. And suddenly everything makes sense. Too late. After 70, the heart doesn't warn you with sharp, dramatic pain like people expect. It whispers. Blood vessels get stiffer. The heart muscle weakens. Little blockages form silently, slowly, quietly. And families miss the signs because they look so ordinary, just tired, a little slower, not as active as before. But those tiny warnings matter. If you ever see that happening, don't ignore it. Encourage short daily walks, even just 10 minutes. Cut back on salty foods. Make checking blood pressure part of the routine. And try adding simple heart-friendly foods. Berries, oats, leafy greens. Small actions can strengthen a heart more than most people realize. But heart problems aren't the only silent threat. The next one creeps in even more quietly. Key reason number 2, respiratory decline and lung infections. Now imagine a grandmother, maybe yours, maybe someone you know. She catches what looks like a simple cold, a little sniffle, a little cough. Nothing you'd panic about. But then the cough gets deeper. The breathing gets heavier. She starts getting tired from walking across the room. Suddenly she's sitting more, talking less, sleeping more. Most families think it's just the weather, or a stubborn cold. But after 70, the lungs simply aren't the same. They lose elasticity. The tiny air sacs don't expand like they used to. And pneumonia, what many people think of as just chest infection, becomes one of the biggest killers. And the heartbreaking part? It often starts from something very simple. A minor infection, dry air, not enough hydration, not moving around enough to keep the lungs open. But there are things you can do. Keep the room well ventilated. Help them stay hydrated. Encourage slow, deep breathing. Even 5 minutes a day helps keep the lungs open. And regular checkups? They save lives more often than you'd expect. Breathing problems, though, usually connect to something else. Something families almost always misunderstand. Key reason number 3, metabolic decline and sudden weight loss. This one is so subtle that most people miss it completely. Imagine your loved one sitting at the table, staring at food they used to enjoy. They say they're not hungry. They take 2 bites and push the rest away. Then they start eating less the next day, and the next week. Within months, their clothes look loose. Their arms look thinner. Their energy disappears almost overnight, and people say they're just eating less because they're old. But that's not what's really happening. After 70, the digestive system slows. The body doesn't absorb nutrients the same way. Even if they eat well, they might not be getting enough protein, vitamins, or calories. That leads to frailty, weak muscles, low energy, weaker immunity. And here's the dangerous misconception. Families think losing weight makes them fit, but older adults often lose muscle, not fat. And once that muscle loss starts, everything else gets harder. Walking, balance, even breathing. You can help by offering small but nutrient-dense meals. Soups, scrambled eggs, yogurt, smoothies, soft proteins. Don't let them go long hours without eating. Add little boosts of protein during the day. And if needed, talk to a doctor about gentle supplements, because weakness from weight loss doesn't stay still. It leads straight into the next major danger, one people don't realize can be deadly. Key reason number 4, falls and mobility decline. I want you to think of one simple moment. A bathroom floor, still a little wet. A foot slips. A hand reaches for something that isn't there, and in a single second, everything changes. A fall might look like an accident, but it's often a symptom. After 70, bones weaken, muscles shrink, reflexes slow down. The legs don't react quickly enough to catch the body. And here's the part many don't know. One major fall increases the chance of another, and another. And each fall makes recovering harder. But falls are not just accidents. They're warnings. You can make home safer with small adjustments. Remove slippery rugs, install grab bars in bathrooms, encourage simple stretching to keep the joints flexible, and let them get some sunlight. Vitamin D strengthens both bones and mood. But even if someone avoids falls, There's one final reason that almost everyone faces after 70, and it affects the body, the mind, and the spirit all at once. Key reason number 5, cognitive decline and social isolation. Think about a parent or grandparent who used to be lively, always talking, always calling, always involved. Then slowly, they withdraw. They forget appointments. They repeat the same stories. They stop joining conversations. And the family says, they're just resting, or they're just tired. But that quiet withdrawal is often something deeper. After 70, the brain needs stimulation to stay sharp. Without it, brain cells shrink. Memories fade faster. Confidence drops. And loneliness becomes one of the most dangerous conditions. Yes, dangerous. Studies show that isolation affects the brain the same way physical illness does. It increases dementia risk, depression, even heart problems. But simple things can help. Talking more often, encouraging small routines, playing puzzles or reading together, keeping them socially connected. Because silence can be just as harmful as sickness. And when you put all 5 reasons together, the heart, the lungs, the weight loss, the falls, the cognitive decline, you start to see how aging can create a chain reaction. One weakness leads to another, and before families realize it, someone is slipping faster than they expected. Watching someone you love slow down, or weaken, or forget things, it hurts. It's painful in a way that's hard to explain. Sometimes it feels like they're fading right in front of you, and you don't know how to stop it. But now, you're no longer helpless. You understand the 5 reasons. You know what signs to watch for. You know what small actions can make a huge difference. These signs don't have to be a death sentence. They can be warnings. Warnings that give you time to act, time to adjust, time to support, time to add years of strength and peace. So here's my encouragement to you. Call your elderly loved one today. Visit them this week. Sit with them. Observe gently. Ask questions. A tiny change you notice today could save an entire life tomorrow. Growing older doesn't mean losing dignity. It doesn't mean losing joy. And it certainly doesn't mean giving up. With love, understanding, and awareness, the later chapters of life can still be full of warmth, clarity, and purpose. Today we talked about the 5 major reasons behind most deaths after 70: heart decline, lung infections, sudden weight loss, falls, and cognitive decline. Which of these signs have you seen before? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what another family needs to hear. And if this video helped you, go ahead and subscribe to Senior Health Tips 360. Every week, we share practical, friendly guidance to help you protect the people you love. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and most of all, stay healthy. I'll see you in the next video.